Hello everyone, welcome to Neso Academy. In the previous lecture, we understood the different versions of C++ we are available with, and we also got to know which version we are going to follow in this course. Now we are in this lecture, and the name of this lecture is Installing C++ IDE. In this lecture, we will understand how to install the C++ IDE so that we can quickly get started writing our own C++ programs. So without any further delay, let's get started with this lecture and let's see what are the topics. The first topic of this lecture is tools needed for the purpose of writing and executing our own C++ programs. Then we will move to the next topic where we will understand how to install the tools. In the third topic, we will understand how to install code blocks on Windows machine. And finally, we will understand the process of installing code blocks on Mac machine. So these are all the topics which we need to deal with in this lecture. Let's get started with the first topic, which is tools needed. Let's quickly learn what tools we need for the purpose of writing and executing our own C++ programs. The very first tool we need is the text editor. Text editor is the program that allows us to write some text on it. We need a specific text editor which allows us to write C++ programs. You might have heard of Microsoft Word, Notepad, Notepad++. These are some examples of text editors. They are very good editors, but they are good for plain text, not that good for C++ programs. For C++ programs, we need a dedicated text editor which we also call code editor. So we need a code editor with some functionalities which are not easily available in the normal text editors like Notepad, Notepad++, and Microsoft Word. We need some functionalities such as color coding the text so that we would be able to differentiate different parts of the code. Apart from this, we want our code editor to be able to automatically indent the parts of the code. Apart from this, we also want our code editor to be able to add line numbers in the code so that we can easily debug our code. So these are some basic functionalities we want in our code editor, and thankfully, there are code editors available online for free which we can download just now. We have Sublime Text, we have VS Code, Atom. These are some examples of code editors. We can download any of these code editors, but you will soon realize you do not need to. There is only one software we need to install, and with that software, we will get all the tools we need for the purpose of writing and executing our own C++ programs. You will learn about that software in this lecture pretty soon. But for now, just understand that we need text editor or precisely the code editor for the purpose of writing C++ programs. So this is the first tool. Now let's move to the second tool. The second tool is the compiler. We need a compiler for the purpose of translating the source code to machine code. This is what we learned already. Compiler is the software which translates source code which we humans write to the machine code which machines can understand. We want to do this because the source code we write is not understood by the machines. We eventually want our computers, that is our machines, to be able to interpret the code we write. Hence, it is important to have the translator which translates the source code to machine code which machines can understand. This is the reason why we need a compiler. So this is the second tool we need. Now let's move to the third tool. The third tool in the list is the debugger. We need this program for the purpose of debugging our applications. And by debugging, I mean finding and fixing errors in the program. We want this specific application to be able to list down the errors in the code and also provide us the line numbers where it caught the errors. So it is important that we get this information so that it will be easier for us to debug our code. So we need debugger for this purpose. So this is the third tool in the list. Now let's move to the fourth tool. Fourth tool is the command prompt. We need command prompt for the purpose of displaying the output of the programs we write. But thankfully, we do not have to install command prompt separately. Command prompt comes pre-installed on our systems. If you have the Windows machine, then it already comes with command prompt. If you have the Mac machine, then you have the terminal, which is equivalent to the command prompt. So every machine has the command prompt, so there is no need to install the command prompt separately. So these are all the tools we need for the purpose of writing and executing our own C++ programs. I hope these tools are completely clear to you. With this, we are done with the first topic, that is tools needed for the purpose of writing and executing our own C++ programs. Now let's move to the second topic, where we will now understand how to install the tools we just saw. Now you might be thinking, how are we going to install the tools we just saw? We saw text editor, compiler, debugger, and command prompt. These are the tools we need for the purpose of writing and executing our C++ programs. We also learned that we do not have to install command prompt on our systems because it comes pre-installed already. We may need to install text editor, compiler, and debugger separately. Now you might be thinking, how are we going to install these tools? There is no need to install these tools separately. We just need to install one software and it will take care of everything for us. And the software that I'm talking about is Integrated Development Environment, which is short for IDE. An IDE, or Integrated Development Environment, is the development environment where software development is possible because it comes bundled with all the tools we need for the purpose of writing and executing C++ programs. That is, it has all the tools which are required for the purpose of developing software. Integrated means combination of all the tools we need for the purpose of developing software. Development environment refers to the environment where software development is possible. So, integrated development environment is the development environment where software development is possible because it comes with all the tools we need for the software development. I hope the meaning of IDE, that is Integrated Development Environment, is completely clear to you. Now you might be thinking what IDEs we are available with and which one to choose. We have a couple of IDEs which we can download and install on our systems. The first IDE is Visual Studio. This IDE is quite popular for developing C++ programs. But I would not recommend this IDE for this course, as this IDE is available only for Windows. If you have the Windows machine, then you can download and install Visual Studio. It is available for free. But for this course, we are not going to install Visual Studio Code. The second IDE is VS Code. VS Code is lightweight. It is open source. That is, it is available for free. Apart from this, it is available for all the machines, that is Mac, Linux, and Windows. So, we can download VS Code and install it on our systems. But the problem is that it requires a lot of configuration from our side for developing C++ programs. So I would not recommend downloading this specific IDE and installing it on your systems, because for beginners it will be quite difficult to configure this IDE for C++ programs. So if you are a beginner, I would not recommend this IDE. Now let's move to the third IDE. The third IDE is Code Blocks. It is also lightweight, open source, available for all systems such as Mac, Linux, and Windows. And the most important thing is, configuring this specific IDE is quite simple for C++ development. So, we are going to install Code Blocks in this course because configuring this IDE for C++ program development is quite easier. So now you know exactly which IDE we are going to download and install on our systems. The IDE that we are going to install on our systems is Code Blocks. I hope now it is clear to you which IDE we need, what is the meaning of the IDE, and why we should download an IDE. So with this, we have understood this topic, that is how to install the tools needed for the purpose of writing and executing C++ programs. We just learned that we do not have to install the tools separately. We just need to download and install one software. And the software is called Integrated Development Environment. Now let's move to the third topic, that is how to install code blocks on Windows. In this specific topic, we will learn how to install code blocks on Windows machine. As we learned, we need to install code blocks because it is beginner friendly. So we are going to install code blocks, and in this topic we will learn exactly how we are going to install code blocks on Windows machine. For this purpose, let's move to my machine to understand the entire process. Now we are on my Windows machine and we are ready to download and install code blocks. For this purpose, we need to open a browser and search for code blocks online. My preferred choice is Google Chrome, so I'm going to open Google Chrome right now. I've opened the Google Chrome application. Now in the address bar, we need to type code blocks. After typing code blocks, you need to hit enter. After hitting enter, you will observe the first result here, which is code blocks. You need to click on this. Now you can observe the code blocks page. This is the official site of code blocks. Here it is written codeblocks.org. You need to navigate to downloads. Click on this. Then close this. After this, we have the download the binary release link. We need to click on this link. After clicking this link, we will observe this page, binary releases. We need to scroll down a bit and we will observe Microsoft Windows 64-bit default. This text over here. We need to download one of these files. You will get to know about this. If you have the Windows machine that too 64-bit one, then go ahead with this specific section. Otherwise, you need to scroll down a bit and find Microsoft Windows 32-bit special. This is my 64-bit system, so I will proceed with this one. We have a couple of files here. We do not have to download all these files. We need just one file, and the name of the file is codeblocks-25.03 mingw-setup.exe. Understand that 25.03 is the version of code blocks. This is the current version of code blocks. It might be possible that you will observe a different version of code blocks here. If it is the case, then go ahead. You just need to click on the sourceforge.net link. After clicking this link, you will observe this website, sourceforge.net, and your download has been started. You will observe this download manager here. By clicking this, you will observe that code blocks is being downloaded. This file is being downloaded. After downloading this file, we will observe the pop-up from where we can install code blocks. Right now, you can observe the download is in progress. It will take some time, so let's give it some time. Now you can observe the executable file is downloaded successfully. We can click on this file. We should click on this more info and run anyway should be clicked. Then the installation setup window will open. We need to click on this next button. Then after this, we need to agree to this license. For this, we need to click on this I agree button. After this, we have these default options. We have all these checkboxes selected. We need to keep the defaults as it is and we need to click on the next button. Now we can select the destination folder. Here, the default is C drive, program files, and code blocks. We can click on this Browse button to select the specific destination folder, but we do not have to do this. We can proceed with the default and click on the Install button. After doing this, the installation will begin and you can see the installation is going on. Now it is saying, do you want to run code blocks now? Let's click on the Yes button. The code blocks installation is completed and you can observe the code blocks is now being opened. Now you can observe the code blocks is opened and it means the code blocks has been successfully installed on our Windows machine. We just saw the entire process of how to install code blocks on Windows machine. I hope the entire process is completely clear to you. We are done with the third topic, that is installing code blocks on Windows machine. Now let's move to the fourth topic, where we will now understand how to install code blocks on Mac machine. In order to install code blocks on Mac machine, we need to follow some steps. Let's see what those steps are. The first step is to open the terminal and type xcode-select, then space, and then two hyphens, install. To install Xcode Developer Tools. If you don't have Xcode Developer Tools already installed on your Mac machine, you first need to install Xcode Developer Tools. For this purpose, you first need to open the terminal. In order to open the terminal, you can open the Spotlight search by hitting Command and Space button. After hitting Command and Space button, you will observe the Spotlight search. There you can type terminal and after hitting Enter or Return, you will observe the terminal window. In the terminal window, you can type this command xcode-select, then space, then two hyphens and install. After typing this command and after hitting Enter or Return, you will observe that after some time, Xcode Developer Tools will be installed on your system. After installing Xcode Developer Tools, we need to move to step number 2, where we now need to download and install code blocks from the official website of code blocks. In order to download and install code blocks, you need to visit the official website of code blocks. For this purpose, you first need to open your favorite browser. Maybe it is Google Chrome. After opening Google Chrome, you need to type code blocks in the address bar of the Google Chrome. After doing this, you need to hit Enter or Return. In other words, after hitting Return, you will observe the first link of code blocks. Just click on that link. You will observe the code blocks page is opened, which is the official website of code blocks. There in the left side panel, I want you to navigate to the Downloads link. Just click on that Downloads link. After clicking the Downloads link, a page will open and in that page, the first link is Download the binary release. After clicking the link, you will observe a new page where binary releases are available. I want you to scroll down to the bottommost place where you will find the Mac installation. There you will find the file for installing on your system. There you need to click on the sourceforge.net link. After clicking that link, you will observe the sourceforge.net website. There you will find the Files tab. If you scroll down a bit, you will find the Files tab. If it is not already clicked, then click on that tab to open that tab. There you will observe the green button where it is written Download the latest version. You need to click on that specific button. After clicking that button, you will observe after some time, .dmg file will be downloaded on your system. Then you need to click on that file and the pop-up will open which will ask you to drag the code blocks application to the applications folder. Just press command button and drag the application to the applications folder. After this, the code blocks will be installed, and then you would be able to double click on it to open the code blocks. In this way, we can install code blocks on Mac machine. Now, there is one possibility. It might be possible that after double clicking the code blocks icon or that application, the application will not open. Instead, you will observe an error which will say the developer is not verified. If it is the case, you need to go to the system settings, and there you need to select the security and privacy. After opening the security and privacy window, you need to allow code blocks to open anyway. Just click on the Open Anyway button. After clicking the button, the code blocks application will open for you. And after this time, the code blocks will open. So in this way, code blocks can be installed on Mac machine. I hope the entire process of installation of code blocks is completely clear to you. So with this, we are done with this topic also, that is installing code blocks on Mac. And this means we are done with all the topics of this lecture. Okay friends, this is it for now. Thank you for watching this presentation. I will see you in the next one.